Good day, everyone. Welcome to Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. I'm here to take you through economics. Today we'll be talking about basic concepts of economics.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
Now, under the basic concept of economics, we have three major basic concepts of economics. So when we talk about concepts, we are talking about the ideas that surround this particular subject. And as a beginner, we need to learn the basic ideas that surround a particular subject so that you'll be grounded in the subject. Now, we have three major basic concepts. We have what we call want, we have scarcity, we have scale of preference, we have choice, and we have opportunity cost. Like you can see, I have an acronym for the basic concept. The reason why I have the acronym is so that you'll be able to, anytime, if anybody meets you on the road and asks you question on basic concept of economics, without blinking any eyes, you can easily tell the person, my teacher has given me the acronyms. And the acronyms means the short form of the basic concept of economics, which you call WASSCE. And when we talk about this WASSCE, W stands for wants. The S square, the first X, we can tag it as scarcity. The second one, we can tag it as scale of preference. While the third one, the fourth one, we can tag it as opportunity cost. And the last one, choice. And the last one, we can tag it as opportunity cost. So the learning objective for today, at the end of the lesson, students will be able to define what we mean by wants, scarcity, scale of preference, choice. Also, you should be able to outline the importance of scale of preference, or we can also refer to it as importance of functions of scale of preference. Now, the student should be able to define opportunity cost. Lastly, you should be able to enumerate the uses or importance of opportunity cost. The first thing we are going to look at the definition of each of these basic concepts. Now, when we talk about wants, you discover that when we talk about wants can be defined as a mere desire. In economics, or generally or literally, we believe that human wants are numerous, but the resources to satisfy them are limited. In which we can say that human wants are numerous, but the resources to satisfy them are limited. That is what we mean by wants. Let me give you an example. When we talk about human wants are numerous in economics, a lot of people, they have different desire, they have different likeness for so many people, for so many things. Some people believe that their own desire is to buy house, to buy fleet of cars, to buy land, to own so many things, shoes, bags, and all the like. You discover that human being will continue to desire for one thing or the other till they die. So that is why in economics we believe that human wants are insatiable and the resources to satisfy them are limited. Now, scarcity. When we talk about scarcity, we are talking in terms of literally we refer to scarce. Scarce means few, not in abundance, insufficient. Scarcity in economics, they are related to limited supply to demand. Now, when we talk about choice, literally, choice means to select one out of the numerous items. In economics, when we are talking about choice, we are saying selection of items in the middle of numerous items or in the middle of competitive items. Now, when we talk about scale of preference is talking about the list of consumers' wants in order of preference or in order of importance or priority in order of importance. Now, when we are talking about the scale of preference, we discover that because human wants are numerous and the resources to satisfy them. That was what lead us to the issue of scale of preference. You need to pick the one that is most pressing, meaning that is most important to you at a particular period of time. Now we have example of scale of preference. We have a table here which we call a table of a scale of preference. We have some items there, numerous items there. Number one, we have we have food, we have clothes, we have house, we have education, we have furniture, we have marriage, tourism, motor car. These are the needs of a particular person. Now, you discover that the resources to satisfy them are not readily available. They are available, but they are insufficient. Now, for this person to be able to satisfy his or her wants, he needs to arrange them in order of importance. So if you are going to arrange them in order of importance, that is what we mean by scale of preference. You have to arrange them according to how each of these items is important to you. That is why we arrange them in order. Number one is the most pressing one. Number two, followed by clothes, followed by house, followed by education, followed by furniture, marriage, tourism, and motor car. That is about the scale of preference table. That takes us to the next one. Now, we need to know the importance of scale of preference either to individual, to the government, and to the firm. Let's take a look at the importance or the functions of scale of preference. Why do we need to choose or to pick the most important items out of the competitive one? Number one, to individuals. The scale of preference is enable us to allocate our resources efficiently. Number two, it's enable individuals to write their consumer goods in order of importance. That is, you arrange them according to the most pressing one, like the table that I showed the other time. The other time you discover that food is the most important one to that particular consumer, and that is what is on the first list on that table, which followed by clothes. Now to the firm. Now, number one, it enables the firm to rank the item for production in order of importance. That is, a particular firm that wants to produce, maybe they want to produce bread, and at the same time they also want to produce water for people. They want to produce pure water. Now they look at it, they look at the resources they have at their disposal, and they look at the needs of the people. When they discover that, oh, the people in that environment, they are really in need of drinkable water, they will have to leave production of bread and go for the production of water first. It's not that they will not produce the bread, but they will have to first of all satisfy that particular production of pure water. Another one is enable producers to ensure efficient allocation of their resources in the production of items with maximum profit. Also, you discover that the firm, the resources at their disposal also, they will have to consider that before they go into the production of that particular water. Thirdly, it enables them to decide the best method of production to be used. In economics, where we are talking about the issue of scale of preference, we also need to consider the technique of production they are going to use. Maybe the firm is going to go capital intensive or labor intensive. With the knowledge of scale of preference, it will enable the firm to know the kind of method of production to use, either to go labor intensive or to go capital intensive. For the government also, it will also enable the government to rank a development project in order of priority. You can see around us, especially we discover that a lot of capital projects going on. For a government to be able to produce to embark on a particular project, they also need the knowledge of scale of preference. They also need what is the most important thing for this particular community. What do they need now? By the time they get what they need, they rank them in order of priority. It will give them the knowledge of which of these projects to execute for that particular community. Number two, it enables the government to achieve the most pressing societal needs. Like I said the other time, the knowledge of scale of preference will enable our government to be able to embark on the most important societal needs and to be able to satisfy them at a particular period of time. We are also going to talk about the opportunity cost. Like I said the other time, that our opportunity cost is a term of foregone alternatives. Another word for opportunity course, it can also be called real course. It can also be referred to as true cost. We can also call it actual cost or sacrificed alternative. Ordinarily, we can refer to our opportunity cost as the sacrifice you made in order to satisfy the other ones. We can also give examples. For instance, a student might be in need of two things at the same time, but the resources at our disposal, like the example we are giving here, we said a student needs two things, textbook and bag, but he has just only 5,000 naira on him or her. Now, such a student, without resources, without 5,000 naira, he will not be able to buy the two at the same time. Such a student needs to make use of the knowledge of this opportunity course by choosing one and leave the other one. If such a student decide to buy a textbook, that textbook, the bags the student left on board is what we call opportunity cost. Also, we can also give another example. Now, a farmer. If a farmer is in need of pesticide and also fertilizer, and the resources at his disposal, maybe the farmer has just only 50,000 naira, and he needs to get one of these items. If such a farmer decides to go for fertilizer, you discover that the fertilizer that a farmer picked, the pesticide is what we call opportunity cost, or what we can also refer to as real cost. We can also give another example. Take for instance, let's look at our environment. Let's say, okay, you are in need of television, and at the same time you want to buy shoes, and you discover that, okay, the money I have at hand cannot go for the two. Oh, this is my textbook. Also, you must also consider how important is that items to you. If you discover that, oh, that textbook will go a long way to solve so many problems and the like, and you decide to go for that textbook, the television you left on board is your opportunity cost. I hope it is clear to every one of us. The importance of opportunity cost. We need to look at the functions or importance of opportunity cost. What are the importance or uses of opportunity cost? We can look at it to individuals as well. The example of opportunity cost, we said if a student wants to buy two things, a textbook and a bag, and each of these items costs 5,000 naira each. A textbook goes for 5,000 and a bag goes for 5,000, but he has just only 5,000 naira to cater for the items. You know, such a student will take one out of the two and leave the other one. If the student decides to buy textbook and leave the bag he leaves on board is what we call opportunity cost. That now leads us to what we call importance of opportunity cost or functions or uses of opportunity cost, either to an individual, firms, and government. Number one, it enables us to allocate our resources among competing hands. You know, we said we have human wants are numerous. We have so many means, so many desires. It will enable us with the little resources available at our disposal to be able to allocate them, divide them into the necessary areas. Number two, it enables us to determine the alternative use of our resources. The various resources available at our disposal, it will also enable us to be able to manage them, channel them to the right place.
Acing your WAEC and NECO examinations has been made easy by the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education with the Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO Candidates television program. Join seasoned teachers as they take you through these core subjects, targeting the exact syllabus of WAEC and NECO. Watch Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates through these social media platforms to access more educational content and give their feedback. Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. Pass your examinations with flying colors.
Students, this takes us to the end of today's lesson. If you have any, and I believe you've learned one or two things, if you have any suggestions, comments, observations, you can join us on our social media handles and drop your comments and suggestions. Thank you. God bless you.